Alrighty. I think I am live, and my mom is in the other room, so now I'm nervous. But anyways, what's up? All the mirrored um, gets to me. Anyways, hi. I am Jada Tholey. This is Driven by Youth, casual chats with me, ya boy. Um, Hello, in case anybody doesn't know me or in case anybody does. My name is Jada Tholey. I am 23 years old. I have my notes over there, so I'm just going to be reading off of them sometimes. But I'm 23. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I am a real estate investor. So I am in Pace Morby's Sub 2 program. He teaches creative financing in there on how to buy real estate. So seller financing, purchasing property subject to. We even have a method named after him, the Morby method. And yeah, so I have been Sub 2 for 2 years since 2021. I manage not single fund. I manage short-term rentals and mid-term rentals in California as well as Texas. And I would say right now I'm managing a little over 10. I purchased multifamily apartment complexes, commercial multifamily apartment complexes with a fantastic team. Shout out to the Muds. And I also run a single family creative wholesale operation. So, yes, great things, fun things. Um, I just want to put out there that I'm not trying to be an influencer because somebody said that the other day. They're like, oh my God, up and coming influencer. It's not what I want to do. I have no desire to be that at all. It's weird talking to, well, I'm not looking at the camera, so maybe I should. So that's more of like, oh my God, I'm talking to you. I'm looking at myself. Here, I'll just look at the camera. I'll look at the camera. No, I do not want to be an influencer. I'm just gonna look at myself. It's easier. See, there you go. Anyways, going off topic. I'm doing these podcasts. I'm posting more on Instagram. I'm doing all these lives, and it's really for for a couple different reasons. So first reason is I want to start just documenting, I guess, my endeavors and my journeys and such. I've seen a lot of people say that they wish that they documented more. I've been watching a lot of Alex and Leila Hormozi, and Alex specifically. I did watch one of his videos recently where he was going over, I guess, all of his like ups and downs that he had emailed himself. So I think I don't want to say it was like fails or something, but maybe it was like, he had emailed himself through all the different failures of his business career. So I figure might as well do the same, not just to be able to look back and be a little nostalgic, I guess, at where I am in my life right now, but really to also learn from it. So yeah. So that's why I'm starting to post these. That's one of the reasons, to really just document for myself and for others. Second reason is because of Pace Morby. So he really got on everyone's case, really, to just start putting yourself out there. Again, or not again, but from what I've heard time and time again, is it's not who you know, it's who knows you. So I want to be known in the real estate field. I want to be known by other investors and by people that I not only look up to, maybe look up to is the right word. I don't idolize them, but I admire them. They inspire me. But people that I think will be my future partners. The only way for them to meet me is for me to either go out or for them to see me. So, aha. So I want to put my face out there more. I want to be able to just talk with more people, have more people kind of get the gist of what I do. And that's another reason why I want to put out these videos. So I'm going to, I'll put them out sometimes. I'll get more organized, but I want to start putting out what I know, because I have been managing short-term rentals and mid-term rentals for a little over a year and a half now. I have gained knowledge and experience in that field. So I have a lot of people who have reached out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, on different media or different platforms, and they've asked me a lot of different questions. A lot of multifamily questions, a lot of rental questions, and I just don't have the ability all the time to be able to message back or to be able to go as in depth as I would like to. Because if I'm going to help someone, I want to kind of just give them whatever I know. So I'm going to be doing more videos about what I know. So I want to just put out my knowledge base. So that's why I'm also starting these. And then lastly, why I started the podcast is so I can talk to people. Really, I've been going to a lot of real estate conferences, a lot of multifamily conferences, and I'm going to be really spreading that out more into different fields. But I have been meeting a lot of incredible people, and in these conferences, because it's so concentrated, you can't just be talking with somebody for all 3 days. You really gotta, all right, cool, it's great to meet you. Or you talk for a couple minutes, you talk for maybe 10 to 20, and then all right, next person. Because you want to be able to make sure that you're making the connections. That's why you're there. Generally not there to learn. Conferences, from what I've learned, at least within this last year, it's motivational speakers. And then sometimes they give some educational content. But other than that, you're really just there to meet people. And so the podcast allows me the opportunity to get a better sense of who people are. It's great to be asked to be on someone's podcast. So I want people to come on here and you're not going to say no. I've had the honor to talk with several people already. I believe I have Trevor Ahing, my apologies. And he's in my YouTube. I've interviewed Monique Menken, Yoshi Trujillo, I believe is her last name. All fantastic people. I'm super appreciative to be where I am now and to know them and to have been able to connect with them a little more. So that's why I'm doing this podcast and doing videos. Today I don't really know if people really do introduction videos like this. I feel like it's a little self-centered, which is kind of weird, and I don't like it too much. So, I just figure, hey, if anybody doesn't really know who I am or what I do, this is what this is for. And I may do another one in the future because this one is just kind of me rambling a little bit, which is not always fun to watch. Whatever. So how did I get into the space? How did I get to Pace Morby's mentorship and start this podcast and go to all these conferences? So I was going to Cal State LA in 2018. I was going to school for mechanical engineering, and then I had gone study abroad. I came back, pandemic hit, and then it was like a year and a half of I think it was like a year and a half of lockdowns and doing everything online and learning online, and that was not the best. I probably could have been a little more I can't think of the word, active in my learning and in my education, but I didn't really care to take in as much as I could online. So once I went back to school, I just felt like I was a little behind. And although I could learn the content, it's not like anything's that difficult. I think everybody with the right teacher, they can learn a lot. But it just didn't seem worth it to me to really stay in the field or really go into it. I didn't go into college wanting to be a mechanical engineer in general, or anyways. I just went because I got financial aid. Woo. And then I went into that field because physics was just interesting to me. I liked math growing up, and I honestly thought that it would be more of like mechanics, and I did not learn anything. Everything was very theoretical, and I wanted to I want to do things that are more tangible so I can actually understand it. I feel like theoretical is great, but what's it gonna do if you can't use it in real life? And to go off on a little tangent, that reminds me of my dad. So my dad, within the past couple of years, has gotten into a lot of different subjects and learning a lot. And so he teaches me everything that he learns. So we have been going over a lot of bushcraft things and a lot of knots. And hey, this knot would be great to use, if you have a ship and you need to tie sheets. This knot would be great if you have a tent or you need to pitch a tent, or if you need to make a net, or if you need to make a ladder. You can do all these different things. And it's great. It's great to learn all of these knots. And what I really appreciate is when he gives me these ideas of what I was just saying, all of these, make a ladder, make a net, make a canopy and such. Because without them, then I would just have not knowledge. And that is just kind of useless. And that's what I was feeling was happening in school. So as I was going to school, once we finally got back, I believe in the fall of 2021, I think. I believe the fall of 2021, I just wasn't enjoying it. I also didn't like who I was around, like professors and such. So I think I had just stumbled upon like Instagram videos or TikTok videos of people my age that had rental properties. And it seemed interesting and cool. And it seemed nice to have some passive income if I could do that. So I started to look into that a little more. I started watching YouTube videos and eventually stumbled upon Pace on Clint Coons's podcast. He's a real estate attorney. And so once Pace was talking about buying houses with no money out of his pocket, or buying houses with no down payment, I was super interested. And the thing that really got me was he was saying that he could help people get out of foreclosure. And so that was all I needed to hear. Like, because right before that, I was trying to think, okay, what would be the, lowest barrier of entry in order to get into the field? And that would probably be buying houses at auction. But then I started feeling bad, because I was like, man, well, if they're at auction, then that means that they were foreclosed upon. And then that was probably a family's house. And it was a tug of war. It was an internal battle of like, what to do? Is this morally right? But once he said that, then I was like, all right, I'm in. As long as, even if I don't buy the houses, if I can help people get out of foreclosure, cool. That's it. That's, I want to be morally correct. Not correct. I was thinking politically correct. But anyways, felt good. I felt like it aligned with me. So so I ended up joining his mentorship program. I worked at Olive Garden for, I believe, 6 months in order to pay off the program, because I did not trust that I could just make the money that fast to pay off the program. So looking back on it now, I probably could, or people probably can, if they really learn how to do certain things, whether it's wholesaling or cold calling or becoming a closer. So that was just one route that people can take. And then once I paid off the mentorship, quit Olive Garden, and then just went full time. I have a lot of fortunate circumstances, so I'm able to do this full time. And I just appreciate that. So I wanted to put that out there. I recognize my circumstances in life, and I'm just appreciative that I am where I am and my environment is the way that it is. So I guess lastly for today, what I wanted to mention is a couple things that I didn't expect when I got into this field. So first thing would be how many charitable people there are in this realm, or at least maybe it's just, it's not even just in the sub 2 group, but in sub 2, that was just the first group that I joined, and everybody has been just amazing. Everybody that I've spoken to in the group, they've been super helpful. when I was first starting, I know that I was talking with Sam Singh a lot, and he was fantastic. He was telling me, or kind of yelling at me, saying, "No, don't get a virtual assistant. You don't need that right now. Do this and this and this." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, thank you." He wasn't really yelling at me, but directing me, and I appreciated it. And yeah, and just so not only were people helpful to me, but man, a lot of people in the community start talking about how wonderful they think that the getting into the real estate field is, because now they're able to donate more to the charities of their choice, or because of whatever, the financial freedom, now they can volunteer more at different things and different I guess endeavors. That maybe endeavors isn't the right word. But anyways, they're like, the one of the main things that they start putting out there is that they can actually contribute more to the lives of others and to their community. And that was amazing. Like, that's what I want to be a part of. That's one of the key things that I've started to think about as I've grown, I guess, a little more. Community is a huge thing, and how can, what makes a community? And I think it's a bunch of people trying to, one, honesty. Anyways, that's going into different things. But part of community is I think being generous and being charitable and trying to make a community work and trying to make sure that everybody is being uplifted. And that's like all I see from, or that's a majority of what I see from a lot of people in this space. A lot of people that I met at Rod Cleef's conference, they were talking about that. at Brett Sumrock in Sub 2, in Astro Flipping, in, oh my God, I don't even, who else? I've gone to a lot of things, so I can't remember a lot of things. Tim Mize group, Alex Lovely's with the Legends. Just, it's insane how many people there are that think of others. Maybe not first, but how considerate they are. So that was like a huge thing that I was not expecting, like how kind and generous and charitable everybody was. Second thing was, I was not somehow expecting the schedule of being a business owner. I guess it radically changes from day to day depending on what you're doing. When I first started, I felt like I don't know if I was doing this right, because I didn't have anything on my schedule. And that's what you learn. You're the one that has to, start making a schedule and start filling it up and start determining priorities and what to start looking at and what to start actually focusing on and working on. So, man, I don't know how many months it was, or weeks, I don't even remember, but oh my gosh, my days would be filled with nothing, it seemed like. Yeah, so that was an interesting thing to learn. Like, oh, I have to be the one to start putting things on my plate. Yeah, so that was really funny. Third thing was how disciplined you have to be and how incredible it is to see disciplined people in this field. So, I mean, if you watch like anything, Alex Ramosi, Ryan Perneda, even people that aren't in the real estate field, but, that do their own things, Ed Milet, I'm pretty sure, what is it, Jonko Willings, discipline is a huge thing. Discipline and mindset. So yeah, we'll add both of those. So discipline and mindset. Mindset to be able to, start going, okay, I'm doing this now, and what's my goals? My goal is to, be financially free, or my goal is to blah, 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 to create a better life for me, create a better life for my family, to be able to, okay, there we go. Create a better life for me, for my family. And what goes into that, I think, is the whole be, do, have, which I mentioned from time to time. So think about what you want to have. You want to have a stable life. You want to have the freedom to be able to go or do whatever you want with your family, to homeschool your kids or whatever. So that's the end goal. Then think backwards. Okay, what do you have to do in order to have those things? Okay, I have to, have a business that makes this much, or maybe that focuses on this. And you start, creating, maybe not creating, but thinking about essentially the action items of what you got to do. And then last one is be. So who do I have to be in order to do these actions in order to have the life that I want. And that is the whole mindset stuff, which I super appreciate from everybody that I've just been talking to and listening and met. Because man, they start going into like, okay, who do I have to be? Well, or who do I want to be in order to have these things? Well, I think I'd have to be not only a considerate person, but a driven person. I have to be a person that doesn't just let life beat me down. And, to keep getting up, I have to be healthy. Okay, what does it mean to be healthy? Okay, it means eating right, or it means eating whatever. It means exercising this much, or, at least just going outside, drinking water, having electrolytes, or whatever your diet. And it just goes into a lot of different things. And I'm rambling again, which we'll see. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do when I post this, but yeah, from a lot of people that I've been seeing, they really they really have gone in depth with themselves and thinking about these certain things, what they want to have, what they have to do, and who they want to be. And they really implement it. So, I mean, a lot of the people I see that are successful in their own right definitely work out and they exercise. And so that's just awesome. Like people that really put their health first, I want to be like. And I'm going to take that aspect, and I am. I'm going to, I, as all of them, will be continually striving to be as healthy as we can be, and physically, mentally, emotionally, because that's, I think, how you get better in life. And yeah, so this was kind of a lot of ramblings. We'll see if I keep this up, because although I did write down some points, I don't think I went through them as well as I would like. But that is for another time. This is documenting my journeys, so maybe I'll do this again, and it'll be a little more fluid and structured. But I am glad that I at least did this. So thank you. My Instagram is my name. It is shown right here. Yeah, I appreciate anybody who watches this. And I'm super excited just to see where everything goes. I feel like where I am and what I'm doing is kind of like a game. So I have fun with it. And yeah, I think this has just been a huge run-on sentence, just ands and ands and ands and ands. So I will go ahead and stop there. But thank you. I am out. Woo!